Hello and welcome back to Cultist Simulator with me, Borden. We're still playing the Exile. So, some thoughts on this. It's been a day or two since I recorded the first episode on this. And something I will say is that this version of the game is so different to the base game. It's going to take a lot of attempts, I think, to get the hang of this compared to it's not a case of, hey, I understood the base game, now there's some extra mechanics to work out. It's just everything is different in terms of, like, even in terms of what our stats are. We don't have, there's no passion, there's no reason, there's no help, there's no money. Although we do have maybe equivalents of those, it's still not the same. Then kind of the way that we get certain things has changed as well. So I think this initial one, playthrough of the Exile, would probably mean we're definitely going to get caught. And I think the way it is for me now is that I would rather play something more akin to the base game. So if we do get caught or we have a game over, I'm probably going to switch to one of the other DLCs and see what those are like, and if they are similar to this, or if they're kind of like the base game with additional stuff that I was thinking I was getting into in the first place. But with that said, we're gonna try our best to keep going here. So we're readying our weapon, but they are looking to steal stuff from us, I believe. So this will not be good. Okay, this guy looks even scarier. Frost pinches the windows and shadow crisps the candle flames. I know too well what these signs mean. Yeah, I think we are probably about to get caught. Opportunity Grand Townhouse. Let's collect that. Okay, now I know we can send. Can we send Budapest? Yeah, we can. Let's try that. Let's see what this does. If I run, I should run somewhere I have an old friend, or at least an acquaintance. This allows you to find a place to flee to, but there is a small risk of traces. Worse, the reckoners might get there before you. Well, we're going to try anyway. Okay, now, what are you after? You should have run further. The foe's attacks will usually hit. Add an appropriate card to defend. Okay, so you're going to go in there if we have time. We're actually not going to have time. Although, hang on. Defense. Yeah, we don't have time on that. Okay. How about you? The underboss is attacking me directly. Direct reckoner attacks cause wounds, but if they succeed, they usually succeed. Unless you provide a card to defend yourself. You can also try to bribe them with a decade, though underbosses are always greedy. Okay, well, let's bribe them with a decade for now. No underling will dare turn a blind eye to my presence while the foe is here. You were always too slow. Very true, unfortunately. Right, what have we got here? I know a woman named Ursulina in Venice. She wasn't always a woman, but she's lived there a very long time. Okay, I think going to Venice sounds like a nice idea. So let's do that. Expense. Ooh, it costs money, right? Ooh, that's not good because we don't have the money to do that. Uh-oh. Too many things happening. The bash is still damnably strong. 7 wounds will kill you. Yep, and we have 6. And what is this? I need time and safety to heal. You certainly do. We don't have it though. The only way we have money is to go into a fight. I need time and say, uh-oh. So that is 7. That should be game over, right? Should be game over, but right now it's about to be game over, I think. Once that gets up there. Even when I can't see him, I know he's there. He'll attack at any moment. Yeah, we were very ill prepared for this, and this is counting down to our doom. So that's not surprising, but if anybody has experience with this and you want to post some tips, not spoilers, just tips, then let me know. Because I do want to have a go at this at some point in the future, but for now, I think we were overmatched on that. Let me lower that down a bit. Finally, I'm delighted to report, a reckoning. Finally, I'm delighted to report that the Continental Reckoner war has resolved itself. Dufour, who you'll recall from the Portuccio incident, seems to have fallen out with his protege, and the business ended as you'd expect, given it's Dufour we're talking about. The local authorities have turned over the protege's remains to us, but there's not much left. I don't think it really qualifies as a cadaver, so much as a souvenir, but I'll have it sent up to Zurich for you. Call it a Christmas present. Connie Lee, the full report to Suppression Bureau Regional Office, December 1926. Okay, and this is the madrigal. Okay, so we can go to main menu or begin in the descent. Let's go to main menu. Oh, and it'll just allow us to come back here, yeah. Right. So, determine legacy. It'll be the priest or the detective. So I think the priest is one of the DLCs. Let me actually check that very quickly. Where are we? Store page for Cultist Simulator. Yeah, the priest is one of the... So the exile that we just got our ass kicked on. There's the dancer, the priest, and the ghoul. So we're going to go for the priest. So we're going to get 5 funds, passion, and an appointment to a quiet parish. Okay. So no reason to begin with. But I suppose that makes sense. Like priests are more about passion, right? Okay, so let's start a new game then. Okay. So we got our work. Let's see what it says about this. Ooh, this is different actually. Earn a living or practice the invisible arts. Ability, which is a passion. Okay. Doctrine and fervor. Okay. Yes, this is going to be interesting to see how things shape up. I've chosen as my text Matthew 7:7. Ask and it shall be given. Suffer and ye shall attain. Knock and ye shall be opened. The book fell open at that page. I swear that I would have not chosen it otherwise. Okay, so let's do that. We also don't have any health. That's probably not going to be good. Okay, but things are going. We should get something at that though. The ceremony went well, though the echoes in this place are seductive. I was drawn to extemporize. I do not remember all that I said, but it was all well received. When I descended from the pulpit, I tore my sleeve upon a nail, and a woman in the front row gasped. We got some funds and we got some reason. Okay, so now we have one reason. We just need to find ourselves some health. Okay, now. Here's one of my old journals. A sheaf of paper slips from behind the cover and drifts towards the floor. It is something I had copied and long tried to forget. Okay, lost secret. Okay, right. So how are we gonna organize things this time? I think secret's still. Let's see. These things are gonna appear in this area, so I think I want to organize this so that. Yeah, I'm gonna do actually secrets starting up here. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Because it goes up to 14, I believe. So 2, yeah. So then that, let's say that's 14. 12, 10, 8, 6, 2. Okay, and then those will all be down there. Right. Then for these ones, we're going to go reason with 1, 2. Let's give them 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Passion with 4, and then funds. We'll actually do that so they have 2 things each. And funds will be there, and you're going to be there. Okay. Now, study. So let's study our reason for now. Okay, and things are on. Okay, yeah, so something a little more familiar, but a new character, and we will not be going for the Enlightenment victory. So we're going to have to figure out what other victory that we're going to go for. That definitely hasn't been decided yet. I want to see kind of more of how our character develops, and whether our character survives as well is obviously going to be important. But I want to see how the character develops, what their kind of the driving force behind them is going to be. And with that then, that will kind of determine which victory kind of makes sense then for this character. So once we kind of have those things figured out, they'll get a name, and they'll also get some kind of ambition in terms of their how they're going to go about things. But if there is a type of victory or ending that you would like to see me go for, you can also suggest that, and I'll see what I can do, because I'm imagining that it's going to be at least 3 episodes to just get kind of the basic setup where we have our health sorted, passion, reason, we have some reasonable funds available, we're starting to build up some lore, and we're kind of ready to then go with our cults. So at that point then, so if you start posting in this video, then maybe the type of victory and the type of cult that would you like to see, or maybe what would be probably even better would be the type of victory and what kind of cult would go well with that victory in mind. Right, so with all that said, let's keep going. So, the sleep of the just, St. Agnes walks in smoke, crushing violets beneath her narrow, pale feet. St. Agnes carries keys and a bright knife and a sharp candle, and in the last of her slender hands, her own martyred head. St. Agnes lifts her face above my shoulder to kiss my forehead, and I open to her like a door. When I wake, my heart is racing, my skin is pricking, my limbs jitter. I have begun to leak. Okay, so we get some health. So now we have our health as well, which is good. So health is going to go over here. So that means that you guys can move down. And health goes. So that one. Okay, so reason's going to get 2, passion's going to get 2, health probably needs to get 2 as well, so that means that you guys move down a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I'm experimenting, every time I'm kind of experimenting with new ways of organizing my board, because it's just kind of nice to, first of all, to have a different look on the board, and also to see which ones actually work out best for you as well, which are kind of not necessarily more efficient, but kind of more kind of mixture between somewhat efficient and aesthetically pleasing as well. So we'll have to see how that works. And then also, we do need to, one thing I will employ, which I did last time, not in the Exile, the one before that, where we actually put the lore in such a way that ones that can subvert the others, they'll be in the right order, so it's kind of easier to be able to figure that out. Right, now, we need to preach again because we are rather preachy people. So we could use health. I don't know what that would do though. I'm gonna keep going with this. We probably can use our... Can we use that as well? We can. Okay. So let's put that in there and see what that does. Improvise a sermon on a secret doctrine. I speak to their souls, and if I speak with conviction, their souls may answer me. Now, I hope this doesn't commit us to something, because it's really not what I was what I wanted to do. But we'll see. Let's continue on with that. But yeah, we probably can use our reason as well in there at some point. So let's let that run on. And it's probably going to be a good idea to kind of rotate through them. So here we have our erudition. I would kind of like, so things like the reason card, I would kind of like it to almost have that magnet ability that this gets here, where the card would kind of suck related cards towards it. But I suppose then you might have trouble with finding things on the board. So maybe just everything appearing there is better. Maybe. Not convinced either way. Right. But for right now, we're priest. So we're priest rather than a vicar or a preacher. So that would mean that we are of the Catholic faith. Maybe some kind of Orthodox as well. Orthodox Christian maybe. But certainly not Protestant. Right, that's funds there. Okay. Tonight they listen, but they do not hear. If you use reason with more reasoned doctrines, or passion with more passionate lore, you are more likely to create fervour. The deeper the lore, the greater the chances of exaltation. Okay, so that is a hint for us then. So this is knowledge. Okay, so yeah, it would require reason. Oh, okay. That's nice though, because oh, I should have just taken that out because I would have 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4. Oh, that seems to be too. Oh, it's a bit too close because that's erudition, not reason. Okay. Let's collect those. Right, so we will wait for reason to be available, and then we will try that again. Yeah, so I'm kind of surrendering this part of the board to these, rather than what we were doing previously was every time they would come up they would maybe shift cards and we'd have to move them out of the way. Now we're just kind of letting them organically take up their own space, and then we shall use what space it doesn't. The words contain knowledge. Now I contain it. It is a little like theft, a little like feasting, a little like the progress of an infectious disease. Okay, right now we have 2 erudition. At this early stage, this should be enough to give us a new reason. I've picked up odd facts here and there. If I spend time studying what I've learned, I could increase my reason. Yeah, so do that, and then it then makes sense to do that with that, and we might get exaltation out of that. So let's try that and move things on. Dark day, I must be careful not to let doubt creep in. Certainly. Although the exile was the one with the doubts, really. And that didn't end well. Okay, passion is back. Okay, now we have someone on the lookout. The wolf despair prowls elsewhere. Fleeing reminiscence, so these will live up in this area for now. And they're the temporary cards. I'm safe for now. The meddler's attention must be elsewhere. A relief. Okay. Oh, now. Ooh, this is a new thing for us. Okay. We got an exaltation, I think. I think that's what that is. My mind, the library, I've gained reason, but it'll be more difficult to gain reason next time. Okay, so we got our skill, scholarship. Oh, and our... Okay, that's our new reason. Put that there and put the skill next to it. Then we should, I think, study passion. Try and get that up, and then we'll do health after that. We'll, because so far at least we don't have kind of a one of our stats that's better than the others. We're gonna instead just keep increasing them in rotation rather than focusing on one. Right, so what we've got here. Some of them have had the dream too. I see it in their faces. It's this church. The doors here are not only the doors we see. Even the valves of the heart are a door, when the limbs are properly aligned. I never said that in my sermon, but their hearts responded nonetheless to its truth. Okay, so we did get some fervor. My congregation passion runs strong, but not deep. Keep your congregation satisfied. Fervor, if unused, will decay to dread. Okay. So now, what does this do? Exaltation. Sometimes my words and those I have borrowed move my congregation beyond mere concentration to exaltation. Inner circle. It's not inner circle. I could introduce the most enthusiastic worshippers to an inner circle. Oh, so that's kind of... Does that then replace the cult? Maybe? We have an inner circle rather than... Okay, so we may actually have different... Will we have different people, or will they be the same people? I wonder. The congregation passion was strong. Okay, so how do I actually use this then? Aspect influence. Oh, this has influence, right? So if we were to do that, yeah, that with that and that, and use the fervor, we may actually, this might give us a chance to recruit someone maybe. The congregation whispers as it waits, and the echoes are like wings in a high place, like tree branches in the wind. The deacon and the sacristan watch me as I take my place. There's something in their eyes I didn't quite expect. Is it pride? Okay, let's start that. And then I still don't know what you would need. We don't have whatever it is. That's for sure. Sometimes words in those. Oh, it's a person would actually go in there. Okay, so we need to find people, and then we get them all riled up, I think. Okay, so it's yeah. I have to say I'm feeling more excited and more comfortable with this than the Exile, because as I said, it's kind of what I was looking for, or what I was expecting from a DLC, where it's kind of taking the original game and stretching it rather than just transforming it. So let's see what we got. The church has another patron saint, perhaps another bishop wished to erase what the stones had seen, but the stones remember. Here is one marked with the rayed sun, here beneath the font, a knot, here in the window behind the altar, visible only at dawn, fanned like flowers, the 7 keys. Okay, heterodox church. Okay, we've seen that location before in the regular game. Right, so where do locations go now this time? I think this area under here is a good place for locations. And then, so it's going to be, they're going to be over here on this side. Then we're going to have probably books and then things that we use in summonings and rites on this side. Yeah, and then followers. Where are the followers going to go then? We'll find somewhere for them to go. They might actually sit over here this time. Okay, so what do we get here? Our devotions drawn comment. There's some mystique and some funds. Okay, so I guess basically we gave a really impassioned sermon. Someone was obviously impressed by that and donated money to the church, but it also kind of started spreading word of what we were actually speaking about in our sermon, and that may draw attention to us, and that's why we went to Mystique. Okay, right, so Mystique can go there, and then we'll continue running things on. Okay, so that's going to be an issue. But luckily we can, well, hopefully the way the base game is, we can use funds. But this time now funds are not as guaranteed as they were before. That's something to keep in mind as well. There's our talk verb. Welcome. The deacon and the sacristan have come to speak with me on a private matter. They brought a guest, someone I've never met, but someone who now drops to one knee to honour me. All three now do me honour. Okay, nice. Let's deal with this one. I pass the time. I've been inclined to tears and afterwards inclined to laughter. Meanwhile, the world continues. Okay, we'll have those. We'll then continue that so we can get that extra passion that we need. Okay, you're going to be dealt with. Let's see what we have here then. My heart is the crossroads of my blood. My tongue is a sharpened flame. I see shapes in the stained glass that are not always there. A grey mare, a sundered tree, a twin serpent. When I've finished, the congregation is on their feet, stamping and hooting, and their eyes, their mouths, are doors. The sacristan takes my hand in his withered own. Before the whole church, there are tears in his eyes. We've waited so long, he whispers. Okay, and what did we get at that? We got 1 funds, okay. Right, so now we have to give a regular sermon. So let's do that with reason. And let's just hope for 2 funds out of that. Okay, so yeah, I'm liking the theme of the priest so far. I'm going to build our little congregation up, preaching the words of whoever. We haven't decided exactly who yet, or what words, but we're definitely going to be preaching them. Okay, what have we got here? The sacristan is weeping again. We've waited for you. J.N. Sonombre taught us of the secret delights of appetite, and we have used those teachings to prepare the way. You're our light. You're our threshold. We need you. Lead us. Okay, Rose, a believer, and then Order of the Bloody Cup. Oh, so it actually created the cult for us, I guess. Okay. So that is now our cult, and Rose is one of our followers. Okay, so this is okay. So is it something that I did that created that decided that was the bloody cup, or is it just that's the way it is with this one? I wonder. I'm not sure, but right. So we said our followers will probably go on this side this time, right? Let's put that there. Let's put Rose next to it. Right. So we've got Rose there. We then have this deal as well. This illness has damaged my health. I'll need to rest before I am fully recovered. Yeah, and that's more dangerous than normal because we've only got 1 health at the moment. But we should be able to fix that. Right, so now we have our talk verb, which is great. We're going to run things on. So Order of the Bloody Cup is a braille, or grail, not braille. A grail one, I believe. So with that in mind then, what victory would be good for a grail cult to go for? Right, so we've got 1 fund out of that. Collect that. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a struggle to keep the money coming in, at least for the moment. Gotta keep it up though. Got a glimmering. So we can get a new passion at least. Start that. The tigers of wrath are wiser than the horses of instruction. If I spend time studying what I've learnt, I could increase my passion and gain a skill. Okay, we shall do that. Now, what happens if we speak about this? Talking publicly about the invisible arts will attract attention. Perhaps that's what I want. So let's see whose attention we attract. I honestly didn't expect that we'd have a cult set up already. Okay, so someone is on the hunt. The sick room grows close and stale. Time to get up. Get our health back, thank you. The wolf of despair prowls elsewhere. So I wish you would default to up there, but you won't. Suppose you could move that up there, but then all cards would default to up there, and that's not what we're really looking for out of that. Right, so you're gonna find a mystique, which has what? 2.5, just over 2.5 minutes left on the clock for it. So that may mean that we're gonna at least get somebody, like the detective or someone who's gonna turn up. There are more windows in my soul, but sunlight is not the only thing that passes through a window. I've gained passion, but it'll be more difficult to gain passion next time. Okay, so we got that. Now, the congregation listens closely. I've shared no secret doctrine today. Okay, get that. Now, we want to get passionate this time, so let's do that. So we're going to kind of keep things ticking over on that score. In terms of study, next is health, so let's get the vitality rolling, because we saw how precarious the situation was there when we did get an affliction. Okay, passion then is going to help us with that. There's always someone who doesn't understand, or who understands too well. This troublemaker may seek evidence from activities to share with the authorities. So it is the weary detective. Okay, so weary detective can pop up there. Let's have a dream with reason and see what that gets us. Just remind myself of it. There was once a man who said that the sleep of reason produces monsters. Often it is healthy to let the mind wander in sleep, but if I keep dreaming, sooner or later some sort of monster will rise from my own fears. Okay. Let's see what that does. Okay. So that would have been something very prominent last time. The for our enlightenment victory that we got. So what do we get here? The congregation listens closely. I've shared no secret doctrine. So we've got one fund again. Okay. So then we work again. Let's run things on a bit. Okay. Pop reason in there. Right, so what we've got here then. Sometimes our words and those I've borrowed may move. Okay, so we can get exaltation from this as well, other than from the pulpit. As yet I have only the needs and desires of any other mortal. But what stirs in me? Got some restlessness. Wonder will we get enlightenment again? Because enlightenment, at least to me, does not sound like something that would come from a religious kind of side of things. that's more, you know, just more to do with revelation really than enlightenment. So we'll have to see. Okay, so we got our vitality. Health goes back in. Study that. Upper vitality there. Okay, now what's happened here? We did get some mystique, we know that. Come with me. And we got a we got a hanger on. Right. So hanger on person, you can go over, sit over there. Put some mystique again. So he'll have at least something to keep him busy. We got some passion, which needs to go there, but it won't go there until that one comes back. Okay, what have we got here? Oh, notoriety. Our devotion is drawn comment. We got a fund though, but still, yeah, we're to speak in public like that. So that's going to probably be tentative evidence from him, because we have 5 minutes for him to discover it, and then once he has, he's probably going to convert it to tentative evidence, which then at some point we're either going to have to let go, like try and keep our nose clean for those 10 minutes, because we don't really have, like, Rose here is edge. We don't have anybody with, I think it's moth is the skill that will get rid of it. Or is it, oh, is it heart? Heart and moth are, I always get the two mixed up in terms of, one gets rid of notoriety and one gets rid of evidence. What was Dorothy? Because Dorothy was really the key the last time. I dreamt of nothing at all. I woke and stretched and rose at haste. Those quiet hours have left me energized. Okay. So now, I'm going to run it on. When we get our new health, we may explore with health. Okay, so we set this up against. Okay. The congregation listen closely. I've shared no secret doctrine. Okay, put another fund out of that. I've neglected my studies, but I stand a bit straighter. Let's grab that. And combine those two. And then we'll probably end up increasing vitality or health again, because we do have that extra vitality now. We do need this, so we're gonna go with passion, but we're not going to speak of the doctrine because we don't want to take a chance and end up with more notoriety. Oops, that was not what we meant to do. Let's put the passion in there. There we go. Oh, that did not work. I forgot to hit start again. Right, finally. And on we go. Okay, so what? Oh, this is really bad. Right, so we got a fund out of that and some more notoriety. So the only good thing I can see here is he will probably find the notoriety, but only end up with tentative evidence. That's my hope, at least. And then we'll have time for whichever one is left to decay. Mirrors are calm, the sun is steady, the glory recedes. I'm saying if that means anything. Okay, we got that. And go here. Right, now, can we dream you and you together? We can't. No, because it's not. It's content, right? Yeah, that you. And then I would love to be able to dream mystique and notoriety together. That would be a great thing to do, but it's not possible. Let's dream then with. Let's dream with our passion. Let's have a nice passionate dream. And then on the lore, it's going to be you. Locksmiths often have the dream after the sole of the foot is wounded, especially if it has been snake bitten. I could try that. Okay. Just waiting for this to finish so I can pop that in there so I don't forget next time. Okay. I've grown stronger. I've gained health, but it'll be more difficult, okay, in the future. So now we have 2 health. We've got this as well. Okay, now let's pop the health in there. Ooh, and that could be another issue for us. Some funds. Yeah, if this keeps producing notoriety, then we're going to be in really big trouble very quickly. Let's do that, and then let's use our health. St. Agnes has drawn me here, where I might fulfill my potential, not merely to open doors, but to become myself a door. Okay, and oh, it won't actually accept that at the moment. We'd have to add something else in there. Okay, so it's got to be a reason then. Right, but that is where we are going to leave this one. So hope you've enjoyed. Hope you're keeping safe out there. Don't forget to post any tips or even, you know, anything you'd like to see in terms of what victory condition that we're going to go for. I am worried about the notoriety, so it may be that we can't build up enough momentum to actually get to a victory condition, but I think the priest, we're probably going to do a few runs with it because I'm feeling more comfortable with this than the exile. So if we get the priest one again, we'll certainly take it if we do fail on this run. So even any suggestions that you make at least won't be wasted. But that is the end of this one. I hope you've enjoyed. As I said, stay safe out there and see you next time. Goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button there on the right, or checking out some other videos here on the left, or perhaps you might even share with some friends.